all the way up to mission for you and what's important for you is to build and edify leaders of leaders. Where did that come from and what does that mean to you to edify leaders of leaders?
Yeah, where that came from, really, to me, it's just conviction of where God has been guiding me. And
Mm,
so I heard that term years ago, a leader of leaders. And it caught my attention a lot because I thought, if I can impact a leader of leaders, I actually can have a bigger impact than if I'm focused on individually because I'm only one person. And so we all have limited time here on earth. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what's the best way for me to have the most impact? And I really think it's by impacting leaders of leaders, because then
mm,
when you affect someone's leadership, which right? The Uncommon Leader podcast, of course.
mm,
And so when you affect someone's leadership, it's going to affect the way they show up, not only in their business or their company with the team that they have. It affects the way they are with their spouse. It affects the way they are with their children. It affects the way they are with their community and their family, because you start to become someone different. And
mm.
so I really think that when you can help affect people's character and who they are internally and their behavior, it's much more impactful than even what I'm doing right now with businesses and growing and making it more profitable. And that's great. And I love doing that. But really, it's how can I make this business owner understand that they really affect the way that their employees show up when they go home from work? It's like when they are miserable. I mean, you go home from work and you're probably having fights with your spouse,
Mhm.
right? So the way they show up is very important. Not only for let's make this business as profitable and as efficient as possible, but let's make sure that the people that we have within our circle are positively affected by us being in their lives. And so I think leadership has a lot to do with that. And so really, I've just been defining it and refining my mission more as the days go by. And I just thought, I really want 100 leaders of leaders that I can affect. And even within that, kind of like 10, right? That I'm like really involved in, because I think that nothing impactful happens on the surface. Everything is deep.